I'm gonna do a review of my solar system. It is not complete yet. There is some improvement that is ongoing and that I will update about, but I just want to do a review of my use, what I'm planning to do with it, and also just on the product itself. I'm using solar system from Voltaic system. My first impression, I'm impressed really much. So I show you how I'm doing it. So this is my trekking pack. Okay, I have the Arc 20 watt from Voltaic, and you can see it's like 4 panels, and that fit pretty well like on the back of my backpack. And I strapped it with some jumping rope that I just bought. The hole here are pretty handy, and the cool thing is that the corner is flexible. It's not that I was like a bit worried that maybe the corner will break, but no, it's flexible, so that's perfect. And under there is the battery pack. Now the first things I want to mention is that why I bought such a big system, because this is a huge solar panel, because my point was to be able to charge my drone. I got my Mavic. So that was the purpose, was to basically charge my Mavic while being on trail. The minimum that I wanted to get was to have 1 battery per day charged with that. The only problem you have is that the Mavic require a lot of amps in order to charge with the car charger. And that's what we are trying to solve with the Voltaic company. Even though right now it kind of work. It just take a very long time to charge 1 battery. It take more than a day, more than 24 hours if you want to fully charge it. So basically, I will show you how that work. The rest is basically, obviously, I'm using the electricity to charge my different device, my GPS, phone, and so on. Maybe a bit too much. I try to keep all my gear on USB chargeable device. And one upgrade I want to do maybe is just to place a charging hub, a USB charging hub there that I will connect to the battery directly, because the battery I put them at the bottom of the pack, obviously for weight reason, because I have 2 battery which weight like in total maybe more than 1 kilo. So it is definitely worth it for me because of the drone, because of the camera. For a short trip, like a weekend trip, you do not need that. I'm actually carrying it just because I want to test it and learn from it. And for a trek of like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or longer, this is where you want to be fully self-sufficient in electricity. And I must say, this panel honestly impressed me by how quick it was charging the batteries. So one thing to mention is that I attached it from the bottom and there, and the top I just put the jumping rope that just goes straight on my pack. I might buy a carabiner to hold it there. The main idea was to flip that over so that if I put my pack against the tree, it will not scratch the panel. The panel is also weather resistant, so that's also a good point. When I will get my tent, I will strap that to the panel. Otherwise, what I usually do, I strap it to the roof of the shelters where I'm at. This is my solar system kit with the 2 battery and the solar panels itself. This is what I use for charge a Mavic battery. This is not yet well working. Right now this does not charge enough fast. It takes, as I said, it takes about a day to charge, though it is charging. I bought this neoprene sleeve like for like less than $1 into a shop. It's for tablet, 7-inch tablet, and basically this allow me to pack the battery without like having like worry about scratching them, and also pack them so that there is a certain thermal resistance when I will hike into winter. Now the main idea would be to kind of put like some microcontroller inside this in order to have like some small heater that would basically keep the battery above freezing temperature. But that's another project, and this is not yet done. Now, concerning the battery itself, it's basically, they say it's 19,800 milliamps. So I carry about 40,000 milliamps. So that's way enough for a long time. The main purpose was to be able to deliver 12 volts so that I can charge. So this is in progress. And yes, it is heavy. But when you want to fly on the trek with a drone, So far I haven't seen any other solution on the internet. There is one cool feature where the USB output will be kept on, and that I usually have because, you know, I have that inside the trekking bag, I have that at the bottom of the trekking pad, so I don't want to push that button here in order to get the battery running. Now this is actually charging very fast. Today I had this battery almost half empty, and I have been trekking like for a few hours, maybe 2-3 hours, and I was in the forest, which is, you know, it's shady. I mean, now we are getting into sunset, so it's even more shady. But sometimes, you know, I pass in full sun, sometimes I go back under the tree. So, and this is now full. So I'm like, okay, this is a great panel. I mean, the main point is that it is not limited. You know, on most of the solar panels you will get on the market, you will have a USB output or a 12 volt output. And let's say it will limit itself to 12 volt or 5 volt. This one is basically will give everything it can to the battery. That's why you have this plug to go into input of the battery. And basically when that basically whatever it can give, it will give it to the battery. There is sunset above me, it's trees, around me it's also trees, and it's about 9 o'clock right now, 9 p.m. I have the panel here, and actually you can see here by the blinking it's actually charging. And that is the things that really impressed me with this. Like, you can have a small amount of energy and it will harness it. So that's the main thing concerning solar panel. The great things I love is about the fact that the panel and the battery are made to work together. It's not that you have a limit here that will, you know, limit the solar panel to give as much as energy that it can to the battery. And the battery can take as much energy or as little as energy that the solar panel can give. If you are in Europe, they have a European website where you can buy the panel and the battery, and this is shipped like in like few days and you have it. The only thing is that the accessory you have to get it from US or you make it yourself. But overall I really like your panel, Voltaic, great job, and I'm really excited about like solving the charger issue with the Mavic Pro, because if we solve that part of charging the Mavic Pro battery with your solar panel, that can open a lot of place for me to shoot with the drone, specifically on long trail. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like hiking, if you like outdoors, you can check out my channel and subscribe. I'm doing quite some hike and I'm always filming it. I'm preparing like a longer trip in the north of Sweden. That's why I have this solar panel actually specifically, because over there it's gonna be wild and it's gonna be awesome. Bye bye.